when you're talking about like pro athletes, right? What separates let's say the 5th-year pro NFL guy to the first-year collegiate athlete? And what are you actually doing with them as different than the college guy?
Fantastic question. So we've had the honor of watching kids, literally the same kids that we had from elementary all the way to the pro level in 6 different sports, over 40 athletes.
Wow.
So now we've had over 400 professional athletes in our system.
Nice.
But I'm talking about kids that we knew from at least 5th grade or down to kindergarten. Now I don't know. I have not decided what that tells us that we know, but I can tell you what it makes sure that we know isn't a fact. There's a lot of things you don't have to do that people tell kids they have to be able to do. Mm. And so what I like to do is dismiss those things first. So, all the things that people say you got to do, you got to travel in this team, you got to do this thing, you better play this sport this time, and you got to have them throw in this much. I know that those things aren't true because we've literally seen it.
Yeah.
But now as far as the difference, I would say at the professional level, it's really funny. You see this probably with fighting too, is the most talented aren't always at the top of the sport. Quite honestly, not even close. Yeah. Some of those guys are there, they're freaks. But the common denominator I found of every elite person that's made it to veteran level is that they communicate on a higher level. They take the details very seriously. Mm-hmm. The way they interact with people is different. And they typically don't need to be told the same thing twice. I mean, as far as common denominators, those are pretty much the only common threads that I've got, because none of them were just outlier freaks. No, I shouldn't say none of them. There is no common thread of all of them just being a freak show from elementary all the way up. In fact, most of my pro athletes that I've had their entire athletic career, they were in the middle of the pack for the majority of the time in their development. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want to talk about Patrick and specifically, he didn't start at quarterback till the 3rd game of his junior year. So it wasn't like this guy was just everybody was like, he's going to be an NFL Hall of Famer, or even that he's going to play varsity football. And he's not the only one.